Let's talk about Jalen Hurts for a second, because obviously he is the quarterback and a guy that's made strides each and every year, whether it's his completion percentage, his yardage, his touchdowns, his interceptions have gone down, a guy that continues to make leaps and bounds when it comes to his progression as a quarterback in the NFL. So do we think another progression is coming for Jalen Hurts this year? Because I tend to think that I don't really want to bet on him for MVP just because the team around him is so good. And I'm not sure if he's going to put up the video game numbers like Patrick Mahomes can still put up in that passing style of offense. But I'll say this, Jalen Hurts also is a very good running quarterback who also can add some stats and some touchdowns with his legs. Would you take a shot on Jalen Hurts to win the MVP this season?
I would. I absolutely like the value there. And 11-1, that's fantastic. And he was close to winning it last year. Remember, he was giving Patrick Mahomes a run for the money for MVP before Hurts got injured at the end of the season. Remember, took some time off to get right. So if he plays the entire season, he might win. I think it probably would have gone to Patrick Mahomes. But I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts had a legit case, and I still think he hasn't reached the pinnacle of how good he can be. In the Super Bowl, he had that one fumble that turned into a return for a touchdown for the Chiefs. That was his one mistake, but he was fantastic in the Super Bowl. And when you look at the weapons around him, I know you talk about Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. I love what the Eagles did at running back. DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny. Swift was great in Detroit. Didn't get a lot of carries, but averaged over 5 yards a carry. And if Rashad Penny can just stay healthy, those guys will make you forget about Miles Sanders. So once again, an offense talent-laden. And I like the value. You get double-digit numbers there, 11-1, sure. I'd be on Jalen Hurts.
And also, revenge on the Brains. Does this play a factor for you, losing in the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Is there anything on the Eagles that you want to put your money on?
Yeah, so I think that, the best way to attack the Eagles, and it's going to sound conservative, but just bet them to win the NFC East. Because I think when you're looking at, conference odds and whatnot, the number's pretty short, and you need a lot to fall into place, right? The NFL, crazy things happen with injuries, and somebody goes down and can change the course of your season. But I really like where they are in the division. When you look at the teams in the division, the way the schedule sets up, I think it's going to be pretty important because you see Dallas and you see Philadelphia with, pretty much soft starts to the season. The Eagles get the Patriots, who are looking at a down year, and then they get Minnesota. Then it's, Washington, the Rams, right? So, Washington's a divisional game, but, not really playoff teams from last year. But when you look at the other two teams, when you look at the Giants and you look at Washington, they're going to start rough. I mean, especially the Giants. There's a reason that the Giants win total is only a half game higher than it opened last year. Last year it opened at 7. They surprised everybody. This year it's at 7.5. And if you look at the Giants season last year, it was really predicated a lot on starting strong. They started 6-1. Saquon Barkley was averaging over 100 yards rushing per game. And then teams started to adjust, and they only won 4 of their last 12 games. One of those, the playoff win. So we got to give them a little bit of credit there. But Barkley's production dropped to about 8 rushing yards per game. And you look at the Giants, how they start the season. Dallas, they get a break at Arizona, but it's a game that they can't slip on. Then they get at San Francisco, Seattle, Miami, Buffalo. So it gets really, really difficult. So if that's a team that starts off slow, how does Brian Daboll hold that locker room together? And I think you're going to see the same dynamic with Washington. That's a team that has to go at Denver, Buffalo, at Philadelphia in weeks 2, 3, and 4. If this team starts off 1-3, we already seen the grumblings from the players about Eric Bieniemy and the coaching staff. Ron Rivera going to be on the hot seat. Things could get really ugly quick for those two teams. So I think that's going to play a big role when you look at how the Eagles win as far as the division is concerned. It's really going to come down to them in Dallas. And, between those two teams, Dallas, a lot of talent, but not real comfortable with Mike McCarthy taking over the play calling there. There's just some red flags I see with that team. Zach Martin up front. But, so that's really why I think the Eagles are probably the best team to win the division.
Here we go. Astros money line versus the Marlins. Johnny Cueto, no thank you. Astros team total, over 4.5. I'm fading Johnny Cueto again. Yankees Braves, under 11. This number is too high. Braves team total, over 5.5. They're going to crush Luis Severino. Ronald Acuna Jr. to hit a home run. He's due. Guardian Reds, over 9. Laid it down, laying the juice. Reds money line against the Guardians. I'm following the money. Phillies money line against the Jays. More minus money, who cares? It's Philly mix style. Phillies, Blue Jays under 8. Jays are an under team at home. Blue Jays team total under 3.5. Zach Wheeler shuts him down. Yusei Kikuchi over 6.5 Ks. He's got a yellow glove, and I like it. Mets money line versus the Pirates. I feel sorry for the Mets. They're due. Mets, Pirates over 9. Both pitchers are garbage. Mets team total over 4.5. How does Phil do this? Pirates team total over 3.5. Someone has to score here. Pete Alonso to hit a home run. He'll go 1 for 12 with a dinger. Rangers first 5 money line against the Angels. Lucas Giolito scares the bejesus out of me. Rangers team total over 4.5 against the Angels. Texas has been red hot. Jordan Montgomery over 5.5 Ks just because. Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run. He's Shohei. Come on, bro. Those are your bets, and I got about 20 more to go.
Oh my goodness. I can't talk that fast. I don't know how many bets that was, but I'm going to try mine. And I got a southern accent, so your girl's going to talk
under
a little slower.
Oh my God.
Under a minute, Jenks? You can do 100. Oh my gosh, Jenks. How am I going to follow that? All right. I'm going to speak like I'm like Paula Dean over here, cooking a casserole in the kitchen after, Jenks being the auctioneer. All right. So can I get 2 minutes on the clock? Because I'm probably going to need the clock for mine. I'm like, Chelsa, can you speed it up over there? All right, let's go. Time for some bets. All right, I'm going to start off with the Reds. I'm going to take them on the money line here. They're the better team at home. Can't trust the Guardians offense. It's been a little better as of late. Actually, let's do the Reds in the first 5. Graham Ashcraft has been better, much better as of late, but you can't trust their bullpen. So let's go Reds in the first 5. Also taking the under because both these teams have been a little colder as of late. And we have a high total here of 9.5. Next up, Red Sox and the Nationals. Nick Pivetta facing Josiah Gray. I think if this was any other pitcher, I would definitely love the over, but I'm still going with the over here because we're doing gut feelings, baby. Both of these teams have good offenses, and that's surprisingly a top 10 offense when it comes to batting average. How am I doing on time? Am I doing all right? Phillies and Toronto Blue Jays. I'm going to take the Phillies at a short price here in the first 5 innings. Zach Wheeler, the better pitcher over Kikuchi. And also, the Phillies are one of the best teams in the majors at hitting left-handed pitching. So let's do that. And fading Kikuchi here, who is a lefty. Next up, we're going to fade the Pirates too. I don't love taking the Mets here. But at minus 140, David Peterson, maybe he has some strikeout stuff left for this Pirates team who has been striking out a ton lately. Next up on the board, let's go to the White Sox and the Cubs. Touki Toussaint facing Kyle Hendricks. We're taking the veteran here. I don't love the price here. Chicago minus 168. I'll take them. We're doing gut feelings. Good God. How many bets has this been? I'm tired. How does Phil do this?
You have 30 seconds. You
All
almost
right,
got it, Chelsa.
30 seconds? Good God. I can't talk for this long. All right, and then finally, we'll go with the Orioles plus money. I'll handicap it in full after the break, but the O's at plus money, there's a reason they've been one of the most profitable teams in all of baseball because the O's bats always come to play. And the Padres, well, they don't. Let's go.
Dodgers money line versus the Brewers. Dodgers stay hot. Mookie Betts to hit a home run. Why? Because he's Mookie freaking Betts. Freddie Freeman to hit a home run. Why? Why not? Padres first line money line. Michael Wacha baller at home. Orioles Padres underrate because San Diego means whale's vagina. Rays, Giants, first 5 over. The Rays love the first 5. Giants money line versus the Rays. Can't go with all favorites plus money. Rockies money line versus the D-backs. Ty Block going for the Rockies. Block party. D-backs, Rockies over. It's Coors Field, guys. Mariners, Royals over 9. The Royals bullpen sucks. Mariners team total over 4.5. Again, the Royals bullpen sucks. Cubs money line against the White Sox. Touki Toussaint, get out of town, man. Cubs, White Sox under 8.5. Game is on the south side. Cardinals run line against the A's. Squares can be. Cardinals over team total. Bullpen game for the A's. Tigers, Twins under 8.5. These teams don't hit. Alex Faedo under 5.5 Ks. Gut play. Nationals money line against the Red Sox. Let's go, Nats. Red Sox, Nats over 9. You pick enough overs. Some have to hit. Rafi Devers did a home run. He'll get a cheap one against the Nats bullpen. And that's it. 43 bets.
Woo! Jenks, you did it, my friend. I don't think I can speak as fast as you, so I don't think that I'm going to go to your level because we gave you 2 minutes and you finished in 1. Like, how's that for, placing your bets? You said it's hard. I think it's pretty easy for you, my friend.
It took some work. It took a lot of handicapping. By handicapping, I mean just dumb stuff. But I'm glad it's over. We did it. We did the fill. Now I can go 0-43.
Oh God! Now it's my
You ready
turn.
for this?
All right, let's start the clock.
Let's give you 15 minutes, and you just take your time.
This is how we do things in the Deep South. We're going to go to Cracker Barrel. We're going to spend about 45 minutes eating some biscuits, get you some sweet tea, and let's play some bets. So let's put some time on the clock for you, girl, and let's do it. All right. Is the timer going? Let's go. Let's go with some strikeout props today because your girl loves pitcher props. Let's start with the Astros and the Marlins. I'm going to take Christian Javier under 5.5 strikeouts. Dude has not had it as much as he had last year. And also the Marlins, sneakily, one of the better offenses in baseball. 5.5, I think, is a touch too high. Let's hit the under. Johnny Cueto. Under 3.5 strikeouts. This is plus money, plus 120. I think the Astros touch him up. And plus, Johnny Cueto is either feast or famine when it comes to his strikeouts. He's not a strikeout guy. This guy's like 43 years old, it feels like. All right, next to the Guardians and the Reds. The Guardians do not strike out. One of the least strikeout-prone teams in all of baseball. So we're going to hit the under for starter for the Reds facing this Guardians lineup. Graham Ashcraft, under 4.5 strikeouts. Next up, Logan Allen facing this Reds lineup. I'm going to go over 4.5. The Reds strike out a little bit, even though they are a good hitting offense. Next to the Red Sox and the Nationals, Josiah Gray. I'm going to hit the over 4.5. Guy has good strikeout stuff, and the Red Sox, same as the Reds. They are good at hitting home runs. They are getting good at getting the ball in play, but sometimes swings and misses. Nick Pivetta, I'm going to go over with him too, over 5.5. The Nats are not a strikeout team, but Nick Pivetta is a strikeout pitcher. Let's hit that. You say Kikuchi, fading this guy because the Phillies are good at hitting left-handed pitching. One of the best offenses against lefties. I think Kikuchi gets chased early, so we'll hit the under 6.5. 6.5 is too high for Kikuchi. Under 6.5 for minus 105. Zach Wheeler, I'm going to hit the over for him. No, I'm going to go over. Or under, excuse me. Under 6.5 because I like the plus money there. Plus 105. 6 is a lot of strikeouts, so let's go with that. I have 15 seconds. Good God. Finally, let's go with David Peterson over 4.5 strikeouts facing the god-awful Pirates. David Peterson is one of those guys that'll give up a lot of runs, but he still gets the K. So let's go David Peterson, and I believe my time is dwindling. I definitely did not hit 43, Jenks, but I just can't talk that fast, and I can't think that fast because, I don't know. I'm not Phil Mickelson. There's a reason he's the gambling legend that he is, and I'm just me.
There's a reason why he's the GOAT of multiple bets.